everyone. Welcome to Kababayan LA. It is a Wednesday, and so we have our immigration update. Nga lang, katayo po ngayon ay magsisimula with our American Dream.
This American Dream segment is brought to you by Aquino & Lowe Law Firm, answering your immigration questions.
Attorney Alison Aquino, hello, and welcome to Kababayan LA.
Hello, Janelle.
So today we're going to be talking about fiancé visa because there is a new court case issued by the Board of Immigration Appeals on July 20th on talking about restrictions to the K4 visa. Can you talk to us about the case first? Because this involves a 27-year-old Filipino resident of LA.
Yes. And actually the K visa, for a lot of people, they don't realize that the K visa is not just for fiancés. There's also a K visa known as the K3 and K4 that pertain to spouses and children of U.S. citizens.
So let's talk about the different types of K visas. There's K1, fiancé. K2, what is K2?
The K2 is the spouse, or I'm sorry, the minor child of a fiancé.
Okay, and K3, spouse of a U.S. citizen. K4, unmarried minor.
Correct.
Okay.
Of a U.S. citizen.
Okay. So the first question that people always ask you is, what should they pursue? Should they pursue the fiancé visa or should they go straight for the green card?
Yes, exactly. That's the big question: is the K visa or the green card? And this case that you mentioned in particular regarding this Filipina from Los Angeles, this involves a K visa, the K4. So she was petitioned by her U.S. citizen step-parent. And at that time, she was underage. She came in as a K4. When she came into the United States, obviously a K visa is just a temporary visa. And so an individual thereafter still needs to apply for their green card. In this one particular case, Ms. Valenzuela went ahead and applied for her green card, but for some unknown reason, it was denied because she didn't appear for the interview.
Okay.
Thereafter, her petitioner once again filed another green card application for her, but by that point in time, she had aged out.
Okay.
So this particular case that was just decided was a petition filed by her U.S. citizen husband. And the lesson to be learned from this case is that the K visa has a lot of restrictions.
And before we move forward with this, what are the factors to consider when applying for a K visa? So I guess number one is time, right?
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
And so that in determining whether you want to do a K visa or the green card, one of the issues is time. If time is of primary importance, the K visa is usually a lot faster.
Okay. All right. And what about money?
Money is also a big issue because naturally not everyone can afford everything. The K visa is disadvantaged with respect to money because naturally you need to process two applications, the K visa and then the green card.
Whereas with the green card, you just pay for one application, which is just the green card. What about children, which pertains to a little bit about the case, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's, well, it does pertain to the case because in this particular situation, she obtained the K visa because she was already, the parties were already married. And so in that situation, it was the K4 visa.
Okay.
But the issue with regards to children is, especially if there are children between 18 and 21, under the immigration law, a person qualifies as a stepchild only if the marriage between the natural parent and the spouse takes place before the age of 18.
Oh, okay.
So if you have children who are already over 18, but they're under 21, it's definitely better to proceed with a K visa, because in that situation, those children can get visas right away.
Okay.
Now, in Miss Valenzuela's case, that one's a little bit different because that was not a fiancé petition. That was a petition based on a step parent. So they were already married. But in her situation, the main point is that the K visa has a lot of restrictions. One of those restrictions specifically is that the only way that you can get a green card is based on the petition by the U.S. citizen petitioner.
Of the K visa.
Of the K visa.
Okay.
So in Miss Valenzuela's case in particular, even though her mom got the green card, even though her petitioner had petitioned for her, she had aged out and so wasn't qualified. And even though she's married to a U.S. citizen, unfortunately, she still cannot just adjust and get her green card because she entered with that K visa.
Right. So what should be her recourse?
So unfortunately,
the course of action for her?
The difficulty is that the only way is for her to go ahead and depart the United States, process in the Philippines, and naturally there are ramifications with leaving the U.S. and processing in the Philippines.
Okay, what is the lesson to be learned from this case then?
Well, definitely the lesson is don't miss interviews.
Yes, She did it twice, right? Or?
No, just the first interview.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't know the circumstances as to what led up to that, but it's very important to be on top of your case, know the requirements, comply with all the requirements.
Nonetheless, Allison, for things like that, some people, if an emergency comes up, or if an interview is scheduled and you can't make that date, can you apply for an extension maybe, or a postponement of that?
Absolutely, and it's vital.
So you just have to, you can't just not show up, right?
Correct. Because failure to appear will result in a denial. So you do need to take the proper steps of contacting the immigration, letting them know the reasons why you can't appear, and ensuring that you are complying so that these type of mistakes, these type of problems in your case don't happen.
And that is why I advocate here on the show, you need a lawyer to help you, especially with immigration, because laws change also, and sometimes it's too complicated. We can't navigate through it. Some people will just go online, download the forms, and fill it out themselves and try to go through the process themselves. Sometimes, it's disadvantageous because we don't know the other things that go around it, and so you need a lawyer to help you navigate through that legal system. That's the information on the screen. That's the phone number to call for your appointment with Attorney Allison Aquino and Attorney Richard Lowe, right? Okay. Aquino and Lowe Law Firm. They have an office here in Pasadena. Also, congratulations, office in San Francisco. San Mateo. Congratulations again, and thank you so much. More power.
Thank you, Janelle.
We'll be back more in Kababayan, LA. Don't go away.